we're going to discuss about the different types of ROMs or read-only memories. Read-only memories are used to contain data and programs which are not going to be erased. Okay, for example, there is a certain program which is written into the read-only memory which is used to boot. That means which is used to start your computer and hand over the control to the operating system. So when you switch on the power, there is a program in this read-only memory called as the boot program. It reads code from the boot program and it loads the operating system like Windows, Linux, so that you can use your PC. So we got different types of ROM. In this session, we are going to talk about EPROMs, EEPROMs, and so on. So ROM means these chips, data and program is recorded at the time of manufacturing. So during manufacturing, data and program is recorded. It's again an example of a non-volatile memory in the sense that even if you switch off the power supply, the data and programs is not lost in the read-only memory. As I told you, it contains code, for example, which is of a permanent nature. Let me give you another example. If you have seen a lot of your mobile phones or even your cars and scooters, it has a lot of electronics today and it has certain programs and data in it. Those programs and data of a permanent nature are stored in a read-only memory. Now let's try to take a look at the first type of read-only memory referred to as the PROM or the programmable read-only memory. So what does a PROM really do, or what exactly is a PROM? So these are examples of PROM chips, these two. So PROM is programmed or burnt using a PROM burner after manufacturing. So just when this chip is manufactured, after that you can write programs and data using a PROM burner. PROM burner is nothing but it's a electronic machine where your code is transferred onto these particular chips. Now these PROMs, once you write the data and programs, you cannot erase it. In the sense, you can record it only once and you can read as many times as possible till the life of this particular chip. Such PROMs or such kind of read-only memories are used in embedded systems. Embedded systems are systems like your emergency fire alarm, okay, emergency car braking system. There is a lot of code within your car, your scooter and all today. So they use certain chips where the data and program is recorded at manufacturing. So embedded systems are where the response has to be in real time or it has to be very fast. Such a system is known as embedded system. A simple example of an embedded system is, let us say I have a huge godown. I have installed certain fire sensors, the minute, or smoke sensors better. So the minute it detects smoke, it cannot wait for hours together to indicate that fire, water has to be thrown on that fire. So this smoke sensor sends a message to a chip. The chip in turn activates the water supply. So such a system is known as an example of an embedded system. As I told you, prompts are again non-volatile. Now, over a period of time, it became important for the read-only memories to be able to erase it, write it, and so on. So the first common type of erasable and programmable read-only memory, okay, was done using ultraviolet rays. So if you see here, this is a quartz crystal. So if you expose this quartz crystal to a strong ultraviolet rays, the contents or the programs and data in this particular chip will get erased. And then you can, using a burner or using a PROM programmer, you can write programs and data onto this. But this erasable programmable read-only memory has a drawback that you need kit to erase this using ultraviolet rays and then reprogram it. Nowadays, EPROMs have been replaced with electrically erasable and programmable read-only memory. So instead of having this particular fellow, that is, instead of having the ultraviolet rays, now I can erase the chip through electrical signals. So here if you see, I have, in modern usage, this is hardly used nowadays. These are in older machines. Right now, these EEPROMs are used in situations where you require to reprogram this chip differently every time. So this EEPROM stands for electrically erasable and programmable read-only memory. Here what we do is, we erase and reprogram this contents through electrical signals. This is very frequently used now. An example of this is something known as your flash memory, which is found in smartphones and mobile devices. So in this session, I just gave you an idea about what is a ROM. ROM is a read-only memory, which is used to contain data and code, which is not going to be frequently erased. Now you may be wondering, why would you want to erase? Now say for example, you have bought a PC. Okay, there is a ROM chip in that which is used to start your PC. After some days, there is some upgrade into that, how the computer should start. So then using this EPROM, there is an upgrade done to that particular chip. So that way, very infrequently you will be writing, maybe once 3 4 5 years, but most of the time you'll only be reading from it. That is the reason you require an erasable, electrically erasable and read only memory, which is programmable.